Okay, ladies and gentlemen of Twitch chat, here we go. Game number 1 of the November Nova Cup semi-finals is underway. We have FC Lucy, Drash on the left versus Ask Chat, I don't know, on the right. Game number 1, here we go. Alright guys. Interesting matchup. Slightly slow loading times after the exciting announcement there.
Curious to see what priorities they have in their mastermind options.
There's a YOLO from Buzz, a double cash out. Let me just tweak my scoreboard. If you guys don't mind talking about the intros and the Legion spells, I need to alternate the teams on the scoreboard.
Only GreenSpirit hasn't decided yet, and he goes for the cartel. Yeah. So we see four early options with a lot of income or a lot of gold for the early game.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Buzz's YOLO roll is like not this ugly. I think we have seen worse, but I don't think it's excellent. His early game is a bit but not the best. He has maybe Nightmare, the Bucklers to tank, but I feel like he misses something to be able to snowball really hard.
He has no tier 1 for starters. I wonder if he just decides to go for a wave 1 reroll to try and get some more early game. His roll's not terrible though. Like, he has got that Buckler at least, so he has 1 cheap unit, and he certainly has top end as well with the LOD.
Yeah, but he just needs an extra attention to his gold management, not to be ending up with the 49 gold and being completely messed in one wave.
Oh, we have double matching openers here, by the way, from KidK and Peini. Both playing cash out, both with the Bone Crusher start, so very nice aggressive early game there. And we see King Ups all around, so no surprise snails or anything like that.
And probably 6 walkers out of KidK or Peini, or both.
Let's see. This might be the first deciding moment of the game where the one player goes 6 and the other doesn't. And Peini straight to 6 workers there, and KidK does not. They're playing it a little bit safer.
Yeah, Peini can build the gargoyle here and still be okay on wave 2.
I think it does leak to a snail though, so it's going to be a bit of a question. Actually, GreenSpirit staying on 3 workers there. Going for the rat, so he won't get that snail in time, even if he wanted to.
I think you don't want to snail anyway in that case, even if he leaks small. If he's already on 6 workers, you know KidK is gonna have troubles on wave 3.
Yeah, and with Peini's roll, he can just very easily go 7 workers if he gets a snail onto, and just add another Green Devil, right? But one thing to say is that Peini did send the snail, and KidK did not go 6 workers, so that's an easy hold for him. And like you were saying, there's no pressure against him now, so he can quite comfortably push 6 workers of his own.
I want to talk about GreenSpirit's opener a little bit. I think the Priestess with the red on wave 2 is a very good opener. You can push 5 workers afterwards and still send the red away on wave 2 and on wave 3. So that gives you a lot of extra lithium in the early game.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing as well.
Yeah.
He would leak to a 60 cent though, right? Like if Mr. Buzz did a lizard snail here, he should leak pretty badly.
Yeah, if he goes for the 60s, then it definitely leaks. I had that build earlier and I got just a DT, and it was super close of leaking like 40-50%. Yeah.
Priestess with the recent nerf, not quite the early game monstrosity that she was in the previous patch. Mr. Buzz with 60
it's very strong, I think.
I think he should leak really badly. The lizard goes straight onto the nightmare there. So his main DPS source dies pretty quickly. The Infiltrator still clears the entire split, but does now go down. That's 47% there for Buzz.
Yeah, and we get the first leak of the game, but at the same time, it gives him some more time to send an even bigger send, maybe on the Priestess.
He has rerolled, by the way, on Mr. Buzz. I don't know if he's changed any units, though.
No. Maybe the Warg? I don't remember, but I don't think he changed anything.
He might still be in the middle of choosing his units, maybe, as well.
Yeah, true.
All right, KidK 7 workers, Peini 6 workers. Peini just income sending every wave so far, by the way. So KidK having a pretty easy game over here in lane number 3. Let's see if he can push that advantage to the max.
And I think GreenSpirit rerolled too. Now he had Avenger and the Steed in addition to the Harpy, so...
Should have a look towards Peini here. He's gonna receive the 100 cent. Right?
Yeah, it's quite a lot.
The
Daniel's gonna shred the...
Yeah, I mean, there's not many chickens. There's only 3 chickens behind it, but the 3 fire archers make short work of the dino. All of that magic damage, able to bring it down really quickly. That's really nice positioning there from Peini, actually.
Yeah, that's really good, looking good. Also, KidK's lane is looking really good. He's 90 undervalue here. He gets a DT, and he's still holding that send due to perfect split focus and his good early game units.
Yeah, the tanking value of the Crusher is insane early, and in addition to the Sea Dragon,
it's just invincible, right?
Many crazy things.
Dies.
Yeah, exactly. Even on wave 5, it's super strong.
Meanwhile, in Peini's lane, he gets the 100 send and he leaks only 3 chickens. I think he's very happy with that result. Oh, but look at this. We've got the imp send on 5 from KidK.
Yeah.
Mr. Buzz, what is your answer to this?
Nasty.
Unfortunately for Mr. Buzz, his answer is several bucklers and the imps are just going to rip them apart.
Yeah, but what could he do better here?
It's a rough one. Maybe just... Oh, he has rolled away his Infiltrator. So we see he swapped his Infiltrator out for a Berserker and a Priestess.
And he has a Priestess now as well.
Yeah, he traded his LOD for a Banana Bunk as well.
Yeah, but the sand is really big. Wait, the Filtrator moved to the Snail and not to the Split?
Huh?
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, it has the ranged shurikens, which it shot all into the boss. He was able to at least kill the Scorpion King quickly, but not really much else. That's 62% there for Buzz.
Peini. Oh, Peini is leaking too to the resend, the double resend.
Yeah, it's not quite enough. He's very close to holding, but not quite. And that means we're going to see some pretty decent king damage here on wave 5.
Yeah, 1 imp, lots of scorpions. Buzz leaked twice already, and quite a lot for the early game, so he's gonna fall behind now. You can see the walkers. He's staying at 6 now only. Meanwhile, GreenSpirit and KidK are at 8 already.
All depending on how good the big wave 7 send works for them now. The problem I see is that I'm not sure about Green's decision here to go for the Pegasus is correct. I think you just always expect a Mimic on wave 7 in that spot, and we just...
But what can he build against it though? Look at his roll, he has nothing.
I think we go Alpha Male in that case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can Alpha Male next wave anyway, I think. He has enough gold for that. Right.
Yeah, probably.
Green and Kid, they are starting to fall into the income king trap, so they're sending their income units again here on 6, and that just gives Peini and Buzz a free push into what is presumably going to be a massive wave 7 send. Yeah, here it comes.
Yeah, we see the Mimic already.
Exactly like you said.
Yeah, Peini is aiming for the Ogre maybe here?
I think Peine's going to go for a Pro League here, but honestly, that's just really good for them.
Yeah, it's going to be... can you get the third one?
Okay.
Unfortunate.
So 50%, but still, it's just more time, and Peini, he's even going to be able to send an Ogre in income if he wants to.
Yeah.
There it is. There's the big yellow boy. We see a Mimic and an Ogre. KidK and Green, how do you deal with this? Yeah. Oh, KidK, he goes for the double hardened Mudman. That would have been fantastic against the Mimic, but he's getting the Ogre.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Green... Okay, GreenSpirit has rerolled. He's got Sky Queen. He places one of those down, so he's going to have some decent damage at least.
I'm just going to say it, okay? You look like a weeb.
It's gonna be an interesting game. They will tank some good amount of damage. After that, the East team have a good 10 angle, I think, and then we might just end up seeing 10-13 after this wave. But let's see how this wave goes.
This is pretty important now. Green and Kid, how can you do against these sends? They are pretty huge, and it looks actually like KidK is doing very well. The Disciples now 1v1 against the Ogre. The Mudman staying alive against the Split forever. It does go down.
And this small blob surviving here.
And
that's still a lot of damage to the King, I think.
There's only 5 wave creeps, but the Mimic and the Ogre are going to do a ton of damage to the King before they go down.
I like GreenSpirit's decision here to go for the Sky Queen instead of the Alpha Male. I think best case scenario would have been to have Alpha Male and the Sky Queen, but here the Sky Queen was good just to make sure you kill most of the stuff besides the Mimic.
Yeah, it worked, right? He only leaked the Mimic plus 2 creeps. I think he's pretty happy with that decision. And if you look at the King HP, then that was a big save, a big power send from Peini and Buzz, and they're only down to 60%, so it's not exactly a crushing blow dealt there on Wave 7. And if we look at the economy situation, Green and Kid seem to be pretty far ahead, actually. They have a decent worker lead, they have a really big income lead.
Yeah, I already can see Mr. Buzz falling behind because, yeah, he has right now the lowest workers. He's overbuilding a little bit. That might make him hold better on wave 10 if the Sens are coming there. But I already dislike what he's building on his board. I don't think you go Nightmare with 2 elite archers.
Yeah. So maybe that YOLO roll coming back to bite him here. Like SSP was saying at the start of the game, he didn't really have a perfect curve to build with, and it's starting to pay the price already. Alright, GreenSpirit goes for the Avenger here on wave 9, so it looks like he's building against 10 already.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Buzz looks like he's building against a wave 9 send, but it's not coming here.
Yeah, and given his income, he's not gonna have enough to get the Doppel. Maybe just the Trinity Archer, but it's definitely not gonna be enough.
He has got good tanks, though. He's got a lot of bucklers and a Royal Guard there to tank the boss for quite a long time.
Yeah, and his value is actually pretty high. He's even overvalued by plus 20 at the moment.
Well, here comes the 10 send from Peini, at least. We have an Ogre going into KidK's lane. And Mr. Buzz, what do you want to send? There's another Mimic for Green.
Just a Mimic and the Lizard.
Here's the matching power send from GreenSpirit and KidK. If I look at the builds, though, I think KidK and Green have both got really solid Wave 10 builds. And probably I expect GreenSpirit to hold. KidK, he's got a chance. He's not amazing, but he has a chance to hold. Meanwhile, Peini and Mr. Buzz, I'm pretty sure they're both going to leak here. Although Peini does whip out the
double Berserker here. Yeah.
The rest of his units are really bad on 10, though.
It's a little sad to see that right now, because Mr. Buzz having that Berserker option would really change a lot if he reads the 10 cent correctly and goes for a Fatalizer on 10, because it's very hard to leak that on 10. And now,
the Ogre even lives as well. That's so unlucky for Buzz.
He has just damage units on his board. No tank units.
But GreenSpirit gets shut down. That's 25% for him, 25 gold there. KidK at least does hold.
It's better than nothing, but yeah, those bots are still very high HP.
Look at this King damage, though.
It's actually even... it's gonna be super close.
Wow. 13% King HP remaining for Peini and Mr. Buzz. These guys really on the back foot now. They can't afford another mistake like that one. They go for an
it looks like they are trying for the all-in 12, it seems.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Really low value, though. 13.95 on Peini, 14.45 on Buzz.
Is that Dutch to no send angle?
I think they hold no send, right? With the bucklers and the priestess.
I don't know.
Depends on this guy, on this beautiful blue lady.
Yeah, but Peini, can he hold no send? I mean, the two Berserkers are like useless here. He has a bunk, Millennium, but yeah, that's all for the wave 11, which is not very strong.
Even that play is not gonna work. They are gonna see they went for the overwork play, and KidK stayed on value. He has the options of hardening next wave. the game is over.
Yeah, even GreenSpirit has like lots of lions that are good on 12, so it's gonna be tough.
There's the ogre from Peini. There's the imps to go with. Yeah, they can definitely see that they're really low value here. GreenSpirit and KidK, I do expect them to send. But...
Income here? No, they don't.
They save, okay. Well, they might be in trouble.
Protector on the priestess?
The
Azaria, I mean?
Is just insanely high value.
Yes, that's super. Not as strong as Divine Blessing, but still very good.
Yep. I wonder if KidK hardens his Mudmen here. Oh.
Yeah, he should.
I think he should, or at least they should do some king ups, just to make sure nothing goes wrong here.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not doing either of those things. This could be an undercut here from Peini and Buzz.
Maybe they don't see it?
Maybe they think they're strong enough, but the sends are pretty massive. There's 380 for green, there's 400 for KidK.
Yeah, the Lioness here is taken down already.
The split is living for a very long time though, so that's something. And this ogre's getting sniped now. That is dead already. Well,
yeah, but GreenSpirit is actually holding, or just licking the 4 eyes.
Oh yeah, the Protector's area is just so strong.
Yeah.
Oh, does it die? It lives!
Nice.
It lives, so green will be able to fully cover his teammate's
good.
leak as well. That's so clutch.
Yeah, even the leak to KidK is like minimal, so...
Yeah. And now these guys just have a massive advantage in the game. Look at the workers, 21 and 20 for green and KidK. It was a long wave 12, while Peini and Buzz had the downside of overwork. And they just have so much Mythium stored up. There's 450 plus already for both green and KidK. They can just send whenever they want at this point. They're not under any pressure. Widderson, when would you be looking to send if you were sending into Peini and Mr. Buzz here?
I think you can just end it on any next send. I probably, since there is Azaria on Mr. Buzz, you probably wouldn't like to go 15. 16 sounds a bit too long, so
probably 14.
I can assume it's just 14, yeah.
Peini does have the Doomsday though, so he's not terrible there. But the send is just going to be so massive.
Well, yeah, he can just send Ghost Knights to deal with the Doomsday, and this is it.
Yeah.
And yeah, for Mr. Buzz, unfortunately, he doesn't have any good tank for the archers on 14 as well.
I mean, he would have leaked here to any kind of send. He's nearly leaking to no send.
Yeah. Ogres everywhere.
Here comes the send from green and KidK. That's a lot of ogres. That's a lot of ogres.
You know, this is an upgraded version of Brutes on 7, you know?
Yeah.
It's interesting, he decided, GreenSpirit decided to not go for the double Ghost Knight. I think that's because of the 2 Berserkers on the left side. And I think it's probably a good decision.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't really matter what he sends here. He's 600 under. It would be insane if there's a hold.
Sends are just absolutely massive. 760 for Peini, 740 for Buzz. A lot of ogres to deal with. I think this is just game over.
Yeah.
This ogre dies very quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not
still,
enough.
It's just way too big. And yeah, we got the first game here.
36%. Peini does slightly better. Oh, Mr. Buzz just quit the game.
Yes, I see game paused by Mr. Buzz.
Yeah. Okay, game unpaused by Peini.
Is it a rage quit?
A rage quit, maybe.
Yeah.
It might just be unfortunate timing on the disconnect. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, also. Let's not...
Game number 1 goes in favour of GreenSpirit and KidK. Well played, those guys.
Yeah, well, I think they just made no mistakes and took a very good early advantage.
Yeah.
With the leaks on Buzz on 3 and 5.
Yeah, very, very clean game by them. They had very good early game builds, they didn't do any mistakes, and they decided to have the right calls. They were not panicking on wave 12, for example. Yeah, just much cleaner than their opponents played in that game.
If you look at the graph, they were pretty much in the lead the entire game, so just nice and controlled from start to finish. if we look through some of the lanes, there was a pretty bad leak on 3 for Mr. Buzz. And then Peini did really well, to be fair, against the 100 send on 4. But then the wave 5, like the leak there, 62% on Buzz. Peini not holding his resend. They just lose 30% King HP already on wave 5.
Yeah.
Bit more chip damage on 6. Now, there was a big send there on 7. It did do a lot of damage against Green and KidK. But as soon as that happened, they just are able to push super hard. They have a massive income lead, a massive worker lead, and they can pretty much just do whatever they want to at this point. A lot of king damage on 10, and then straight into the wave 14 win. So nice game there by Green and KidK. Pretty clean.
Yeah, I kind of like KidK plays, you know, not to be too aggressive with the Bone Crusher as most people usually do.
Yep.
You know, staying 5, 6 walkers instead of grading to 6 and 7, and having also like super slow wave killers. You know, Warg is attacking slowly. Bone Crusher is like not good to kill units. It's just a tank, so it makes the wave being super slow, and it enables him to resend the imps on 5 despite that send on 3.
Yeah, so like you say, even though it's not the strongest build to be able to hold a send, and we saw that with how weak he was on wave 7, but it gives you really long waves while you have really good worker push, especially for the first 5 or 6 waves. And he really capitalized on that. Like KidK, he knows how to push, he knows what to do with his Mythium, and yeah, Mr. Buzz and Peini were just on the back foot from pretty early on in this game, it felt like.
I don't think, just looking at this game, I don't think Mr. Buzz should pick YOLO. It was looking a bit clueless the way that he was building his units in that game. He can't build only damage units. You don't start Nightmare and transition into something like Archers and Pota later on. You have to have a clear plan in front of the game. What are you gonna do in that game?
Yeah, I would expect.
I agree.
He's most likely to switch it up in game 2, I would think. I would be surprised if he takes the YOLO again now. Like, he was a bit burnt in that game. His role was certainly suboptimal, and I think he can probably give us a better showing if he chooses a different mastermind option in game 2. Yeah, good test game there from Mr. Buzz in the chat.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe he's gonna pick YOLO again and have a super broken roll. And he used the bad karma, you know, for this one.
Yeah. He's gonna shut us all up.
I mean, we need them to shut us up because we want a game 3 as well. So Mr. Buzz and Peini, they're gonna have to get their act together now in game 2 so that we can tie the series, I think.
Yeah. Are we ready? I am ready personally.
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, game number 2 should be kicking off any second, guys. They're pretty fast-paced. Now,
Did the game start yet? Or maybe they are waiting for Widderson to say ready?
Oh, maybe. I'll just say ready then. Okay.
No, here we go.
Oh, never mind.
Game number 2 of the Nova semi-final is beginning now. There is a 1-0 advantage for the side of GreenSpirit and KidK. Mr. Buzz and Peini need to win this game to keep their tournament dreams alive. And we see an immediate Fiesta snap pick there from Peini. Absolutely big balls play there from the man.
Fiesta Cartel. I kind of like this combo, I think. With the Cartel, you already have a good gold advantage with the extra income. And with the Fiesta, you get some gold from your mate's leaks. So I kind of like this combo, to be honest.
Oh, GreenSpirit's role is such a beauty. He has either Nightmare or Angler with Butcher and APS. He has the Fire Lord. And there's Villain as well. Holy. And the Red for the early game.
There is too many good stuff, actually, to pick everything.
Too good.
He's got a really nice option there. And Peini with the Fiesta, he doesn't really have a good Fiesta opener, so that's a bit unfortunate there for him.
Yes, Consort. Consort is nice.
No, that's Mr. Buzz, right? He's playing Cartel.
Oh, yes. No, my bad.
But you're right, I really like the Cartel and Fiesta pairing. I think Cartel with the bonus income in the early game just does super well with Fiesta, who wants to leak and have a lot of long waves in the early game. I think it's a really solid mastermind pairing there. So let's see if these guys can make it work. unfortunate. Oh, Peini, he uses his reroll on wave 1. He gets the Atom there, but still goes for a veteran Peewee.
Ah. Yeah, items plus 1 proton is very decent. It's a good cheap unit for early game. Atoms are decent till wave 6.
I don't like the veteran Peewee opener. I think this is a really bad one. Like, it guarantees the Fiesta, but then you just have a veteran and a Peewee for the rest of the game, and it's really difficult to build around that. Whereas with the Atom and the Proton, well, that's just a normal build that you happen to underbuild for the first few waves.
Yeah, exactly. Because like this, like KidK doesn't even need to do like big sense to, let's say, shut down the Fiesta abuse. He just can spam the snails, and Peini cannot grid. He's just gonna be super weak early game.
Yeah. This is going to be a lot of extra stacks for Mr. Buzz's Angler, though, so there is a silver lining to the cloud. Alright, here come the snail resends from everybody, apart from Peini, who is saving his Mythium there. Oh, is he going for a post-income DT? I think he might.
Maybe?
Or does he get it in time? I think it's really close. It's so close as to whether he gets that DT or not. It's going to be within a second or two.
Could be a good catch. Oh,
yes! There it is, okay. But Green did full build here. He's on 195 value.
Yeah, but he's just an angler on the rat. So is it going to be enough?
See how quickly this DT goes down. It is now dead, so he should be doing okay. Let's go have a quick look at Peini's lane with the double snail into the veteran and Peewee build. He leaks 74% there. Mr. Buzz is holding his own lane, so that's pretty clutch. GreenSpirit leaks 42% to the post-income DT. Okay, I mean, it's fine, it's damage. But more to the point, it forced him off of his build, right? Like, he wanted to go for the Firelord on 3, but now he's going to have to postpone that to a bit later.
He can still get it, he still has enough gold. But we have been saying he did a lot of good plays earlier, but I don't like the opener in that case by GreenSpirit. He put himself behind really hard by staying 4 workers up until now. And especially in a Fiesta game, that matters even more because early workers just give you a bigger advantage in longer waves.
Yeah, all of the waves are really long. And he's on 4 workers while Peini's on 6 and Buzz is on 5. The one saving grace is that KidK does have 7 workers there, so he's keeping the aggression alive for the team, really.
I also find it a bit weird that he chose to pick anglers despite having the Nightmare as his main pierce damage.
Yeah.
Don't know what you think about it, but doesn't seem to the best for building.
Yeah, I agree. I also, in general, I don't like picking anglers with cash out. Because I think cash out is all about being as aggressive as you can for the first 5 waves. And if you're playing anglers, then, well, that's the opposite of that, right? So. But he's caught up in workers now.
Always go angler.
You always go angler, yeah.
Always go angler.
But at the same time, he said for walkers, but Mr. Buzz now he's quite overvalued and stuck at 5, despite being cartel.
Yeah. So that's because he wanted to upgrade his bounty hunter here, right? So it was maxed out on stacks, and he doesn't want to lose the wave 4 stack, so he upgrades, and it does give him a hold here as well. So I think it's a fine play. He's able to start pushing now. And more to the point with his Fiesta teammate here, chances are he needs to be able to hold. But no, it looks like Peini's doing very well.
This one is a nice pro leak. This one is a nice pro leak.
Perfect Fiesta. He gets the 80 send, he leaks 3 creeps. I think he's very happy with that as the Fiesta player.
Yeah, and he's 8 walkers. Almost matching KidK, who is already at 9. No reset on KidK. That could have been so huge because he cannot afford the second flower.
Oh, I love to see the shift by Mr. Buzz here. I really love it. If he gets that early Kingpin out, that's just so huge.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the gold for a Kingpin though, right? I think he's shifting for an Orchid. There's no way he gets a kingpin.
Yeah. Probably not.
Maybe with an income save and selling like a Peewee or two?
Yeah. Maybe that will happen.
Or at worst, he can like sell Peewees if he really needs.
Yeah.
The worst case.
Yeah.
This is a professional atom builder, man. Peini's build is looking really nice with the Fiesta.
That's just so solid as well. 44% there to a brute resend. Peini's just doing really, really well here as the Fiesta player.
Yeah.
Let's see, does he go income and go for the Kingpin for the power spike? Or do they want to go Big 7? I can also understand Big 7 against the Fire Lord.
Yeah. I mean, he can afford the Orchid. Oh no, they go for a wave 6 send.
Oh.
Just Mimic on 6, 5 head.
Nice.
Okay, who needs Mimic on 7 when you can send it on 6?
He's 1 gold short when he sells 1 PV.
Yeah,
oh no,
two.
this is unfortunate.
Okay,
he goes for the Butcher instead.
I don't like that though, I really don't like that.
It's fine.
No, he's...
Okay, he goes
he goes for the Orchid.
The Orchid is
Green is not
better.
sure what to do. Green is placing a Graal, selling a Graal, placing a Graal.
Yeah. Maybe he gets already not going for income instead of imps.
Okay, the Mimic goes right, so the Graal will tank that for a while, and the Fire Lord is going to absolutely destroy the left side of the wave. So he should be doing okay at least. He's going to kill minimum 4 Roccos. Depends if this Fire Lord attacks a Rocco now or the Mimic.
Yeah, but KidK is leaking decently here.
KidK is leaking quite a lot. He's not going to kill that last one,
or
is he?
He
is!
He got it. Oh.
Alright.
Yeah,
but 52% on green, 45% on KidK, and more to the point, a Mimic reaching the king on wave 6 is just absolutely deadly. This is going to do a ton of damage.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, you see KidK, he's quite good on 7 with the Decoiler and the Cats. So he can push quite a lot. He's already sitting at 11.
Oh, here comes the counterplay from green and KidK.
Yeah.
Pretty big sense of their
Mimic.
own. You send me a Mimic, I send you a Mimic.
Yeah. And the Brutes on 7. The good old friends.
Name a more iconic duo. Oh, but Mr. Buzz!
Oh, nice.
He gets the banana button. It's just the perfect answer to the Mimic sender.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And Peini is about to Pro League again. He has 2 Daphnes, so he's gonna kill a lot of units here.
Yep.
Yeah.
3 Brutes is a lot of damage. It is going to clear through his tanks pretty quickly.
Even the Wanderer, I think we didn't speak about it, but I think it's a still very good unit for delaying the split in early game.
Yeah. Alright, those Brutes are really making quick work of the Veteran and all of the Peewees in Peiни's lane.
Yeah.
But those Daphnes, like you say, Widderson, they're just melting the wave.
Yeah, I think sadly the Atom died slightly too early.
Oh, Mimic is getting sniped there in Buzz's lane. He's just holding.
Nice. Good game, Buzz.
Yeah, that bunk was just perfect for Mr. Buzz. Gives him a perfect hold. And even Peiни's leak there, 61%, is completely fine. That's just a good fiesta for him, really.
Yeah.
Look at this Bounty Hunter, by the way. Now on 134 stats, now on 135. It won't get any more, but pretty solid stat gain there for Buzz. Who has 935 value on 7. That's pretty
This
good
is
going.
insane.
Please full push now, Mr. Buzz. Please full push and don't go for the Bounty Hunter. Push.
Oh
He goes
no.
for the Bounty Hunter.
Oh no.
Oh, you don't need it.
This is the Buzz we are used to.
He has to be on 1,000 value for wave 8 Widderson. Of course he does.
No.
He only has a banana bump.
Yeah, but at this point, you can just full push, get the first Kingpin to full, and deal with the second one later.
Yeah. There is
Because
a
he's already
resend
good
against GreenSpirit and KidK. Green is pretty low value. I guess it's really important as to whether this Fire Lord dies quickly or not.
Yeah.
Have a look at this. It is full tanking the left side, but doing quite well so far. But no, it is going to die. I think that's going to be a leak on green.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty big one.
Yeah, it is. And not even a particularly small one. This was only snails that he received. 67% leak there for
that
green.
last one died.
Now, KidK does hold, of course.
Yeah, but at what cost?
Mr. Buzz can push again. He gets the Kingpin out. He has more than 300 gold next wave.
Yeah.
He's put one work at least. Yes,
getting
Cartel,
the income send from green.
That low workers, that just puts him behind after that.
Yeah, he has the lowest income tied with GreenSpirit and his cartel.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Plus 200, let's see. Oh, he pushes.
Okay, he pushed one.
He pushed one.
Realized it a bit too late.
Yeah, but...
Okay, but Buzz is obviously going to hold here. He's got quite some value here for wave 9.
Yeah. He even have enough value for wave 10 and 11.
This is the value that Widderson would have on wave 12, never mind wave 9.
Yeah. But the problem is, by playing this passive, KidK has absolutely no pressure and he's topping the score and maybe enable GreenSpirit to come back in the game.
And Peini got his death cap out here, so the Ogre not the perfect send against that. It looks like it is breaking through, but not before Peini clears almost the entire wave. So is this just going to be another Pro League Fiesta for him? It looks like yes.
Pro League, it's a bit too much to be a Pro League.
76%, but of course Mr. Buzz holds, and he's going to be able to cover all of that in the middle as well.
Bit unlucky, he was focusing 4 different units there.
Yes.
That's still no problem.
Well, that's Daphne's for you, right? I don't know if you guys in the Twitch chat know about this, but Daphne's are actually hard-coded to never attack the same target as each other.
Okay, now Mr. Buzz is pushing.
Well,
finally.
Spirit gets his doppelganger out here, wave 10, and there is villain as well, so really solid pairing there with a lifesteal doppelganger and the villain buff. He's going to have a pretty solid late game, I think.
And now there's a really important spot in the game where you have to take the correct decision. There's a lot of Mythium on Mr. Buzz and Peini. There are offensive spells as well, but you also see GreenSpirit having very strong units. You have Villain for the Doppelganger, which is a super strong spell for defending large sends. So yeah, I'm curious to see what's gonna happen, if they're gonna skip and maybe straight 13. Let's see.
That's definitely a good option now that they just income here, GreenSpirit and KidK.
Oh, good. Buzz and Peini, they continue to save.
I like that.
Look at Mr. Buzz's income though. He's 94 income. He has half the income of GreenSpirit and KidK. Holy moly.
Even fewer than half. Almost on your third.
Yeah. This is really becoming all-in territory now for Mr. Buzz and Peini.
That's pretty insane. Yeah. 247 to 94 income.
And there's the Santa Claus head chef in GreenSpirit's lane, looking pretty slick. And of course he has the villain doppelganger as well, so he's just looking very strong in that lane.
Yeah, and that's the Blizzard army. Is it an all-in 12 again? I would never go 12 with a villain doppelganger and lifesteal.
It's so hard, but when can you go? Like on 13 he has the Phoenix, and the villain is really good value on 13 as well. KidK has death cap potential for 12. I just think this is...
Doomsday with villain for 13, so yeah, it's quite a tough situation at the moment.
Yeah. They have a ton of Mythium, they have nearly 500 each already.
Yeah, but they cannot save long with Mr. Buzz income.
Oh, well, they can save at least one more.
Yeah, there's the rule, right? If you gotta send, you can't send next wave.
Yeah.
But I think in that spot, it's just good to go 13 because it is the strongest of the waves, and you also have the most lizards on that wave.
Yes.
There's going to be a villain Doomsday in KidK's lane. GreenSpirit, he is going to shift. He's just going to full shift.
He's not sure. He's not sure what to do.
There's the Lizard Army. Again, the downside to the Lizard Army, of course, they are feeding Green and KidK a bit of extra gold with those lizards, right?
Yeah.
It's just
double Ghost Knight. 8 eyes on double Ghost Knight. Yeah.
It's pretty serious sends. And there's another Mimic.
Mimic. And triple Lizard.
There's the Phoenix from green. Let's see if he can keep those 4 eyes away from his precious Phoenix. He did it extremely well in yesterday's games. So let's see if he can replicate that again today. This is really important now. If he can keep those 4 eyes away from his Phoenix, he probably just holds.
It's gonna be very interesting to see, yeah.
There's that Doomsday from KidK, who has 2,800 value on 13, by the way.
Yeah, this is a lot. Minus 300, minus 400 for green.
Well, the sends are huge. 860 each, and he did not succeed in keeping the 4 eyes away from the Phoenix.
Oh.
So that Phoenix is going to die very, very quickly. It's already down, in fact. If we go and have a look over at KidK's lane, the Ghost Knights are doing really well at keeping his Doomsday away from the wave. But he's doing a ton of damage.
He didn't get that last one.
Yeah, GreenSpirit's leak is enormous there, 143%. KidK, he still hasn't attacked the second Ghost Knight, which is really strong, so 67%. I think they're going to survive.
Yeah, they have full King Ups in damage and spell.
Yeah.
But but now GreenSpirit is really, really behind with the walkers.
Yeah, he is. KidK at least has been able to keep up in workers, so there's that. And GreenSpirit presumably can just suicide push at some point.
What is their plan now? Mr. Buzz and Peini, they stay hardcore overvalue here, but they also never want to send 16 against KidK since he has death caps. I probably would have called for a big push for a wave 15 send, but now it seems like they see 17 as an option.
I think they're trying to bait a 15 send, so Buzz and Peini are both shifting a massive amount of gold, it looks like, maybe hoping that GreenSpirit and KidK think they full pushed and go for a 15 send. So let's see if GreenSpirit and KidK fall for the trap here or not.
Well, Mr. Buzz shows a lot of value here.
He does. Peini might even leak to no send here. He has 2 Fire Lords and 3 Death Caps. He's not great on 14. But no, it looks like it's enough.
I think I like the 17 call if they call 17, because Peini will have no problem here since he has millions of value.
Yeah.
And on 16 he has the death caps.
They fell for the trap.
Let's see.
GreenSpirit and KidK, they definitely fell for the trap. They go for the 15 send. Yeah. Mr. Buzz has 3.6k value. Peini has 3.5k value. And really strong units.
At the same time, could they go like straight 17 as well? Because like Mr. Buzz hold for 17 is also insane.
Yeah, true.
And he receives from GreenSpirit, who is really behind.
And they can never go 16 into Peini's build either.
Yeah.
Well, this game feels like it's falling out of control now for KidK and GreenSpirit. There was a nice bait there from Buzz and Peini, shifting a ton of gold on wave 14.
Yeah.
Now they can push a lot to end the game on 17.
Yeah. And we do see them starting to push, and it looks like a... Oh, is it a hold for Peini?
Yeah.
His Phoenixes died really quickly.
Oh, and look at Buzz. Look at even Buzz split. Focus is like super bad.
Yeah, he's got
the boss is dying.
But he now kills the boss.
The boss is dying, but it's still a double leak.
No Only problem, a 4 eyes though for Buzz. Yeah, the gate's just so strong. They do pretty insane magic damage. Yeah, not too much king damage.
Do you guys know what it smells like here?
It smells like victory for Buzz and Peini.
It smells like we are gonna see a game 3.
Oh, I think you might be right. I think you might be right. Right. KidK, what does he have? He is building for 17 at least, so he goes in on the Lioness Alpha Male, so he's reading that correctly. He's not spamming death caps here. And Widderson, Widderson, you're casting, not playing. GreenSpirit, he's actually full pushing, so they're going for a wave 17 race, it looks like.
Yeah, that's their only hope at the moment, so...
Yeah.
Why not? Why not try?
That's quite a nice call there from GreenSpirit. I think it's probably their best chance. And KidK does have the most value in the game by some margin. The problem is he has 400 less Mythium than Mr. Buzz and Peini. So it's a pretty big ask for him to be able to hold the longest on 17, but we're about to find out.
That's a pretty insane call. Holy, if that is gonna work.
Yeah. Wow. Who has the best delay between like KidK and Peini and Buzz?
I think KidK probably can have the best delay, but the send that he's getting is just twice the size.
Yeah, he's minus 600.
Yeah,
it's quite a lot, and he has only flowers.
Peini is also minus 600 when he finishes building.
Not that much,
there's
but
a difference. Yeah. There's no villain for Mr. Buzz, and KidK has the villain on the.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. The Doomsday.
But there's also 40% King HP difference as well. So if it does come down to a race, they've got that in their favour as well for Buzz and Peini.
Yeah.
I just think either way, this is going to be super close now.
Yeah.
But probably Mr. Buzz can do really good since he has the very, very strong units for wave 70.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Buzz.
Full stack Kingpins, the gates, the Haven.
Yeah. The send is pretty big from Green though, who obviously suicide pushed here. And KidK, you have over 5,000 value, so he's certainly not slacking. I think KidK is just holding, right?
Oh my
Holy moly!
Oh, and
is KidK doing
holding.
the play of the day?
KidK, oh no, I don't think it's quite enough. He is going to leak. Oh no!
So close.
Yeah, Mr. Buzz though.
Buzz is clearing slow.
He holds the longest. Yeah, so that is. Game
close
number 2, won by Peini and Mr. Buzz. They do manage to tie the series. We've got game number 3 on our hands.
Nice.
Excellent.
The hype is real. I must admit, I was a bit scared seeing how Buzz played with Super Holo Walkers early with the Bounty Hunters, but in the end, the long save really turned the game around.
Yeah. That was a pretty nice Fiesta game from Peini, by the way. He gets a clean leak on 1. Wave 2 is not great, but he at least ruined GreenSpirit's build plan. Like, Green was not able to go for the Fire Lord that he wanted to do. Or he was, but he had to stay super low workers to achieve it. And that just means that Buzz and Peini have a nice economy lead in the early game. The Wave 4 leak was really clean for Peini, so was Wave number 5. And Wave 6, we got some damage in, although Green and Kid held pretty well, I've got to say. That was kind of a bit back and forth then, with sends and chip damage on a few of the waves, until we just see this enormous Wave 13 send come out from Buzz and Peini. Nearly one-shotting GreenSpirit and KidK, but not quite. They still managed to stay in the game. But only until Wave 17, where we got another 1,100 Mythium send to close things out. So well played there, Buzz and Peini. They do manage to even up the series, and that does mean, guys, we've got game 3 coming up. Pretty cool.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
I think what I was criticizing in the early game about GreenSpirit, it was sort of dragging throughout the whole game. He was never ahead, he was always a little bit behind, and that's maybe just due to the low worker opener that he was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with the cash out, meaning you start with 0 income, it was like too hard to catch up.
Yeah. He could have just started Nightmare, right? Like, he's playing cash out, that's an easy 5-worker Nightmare start. He obviously doesn't know that he's going to be receiving from a Fiesta player that's going to ruin his Graal on Wave 2.
Yeah, true.
Like, he can't really plan for that. But it happens, and he did pretty well. Like, they still managed to make the game close. I really liked the late game call there from Green and KidK to go for the suicide push, at least attempt the race on Wave 17, and it nearly worked. It nearly worked, but not quite. So Buzz and Peini, they were able to win that game, and that means there's everything to play for now in game number 3. The winner of this game is going to make it to the grand finals, and the loser will end their Nova Cup journey right here.
They must be all really, really excited right now. They must be nervous.
Yeah. How does how does the nerves start to factor into your game at this point, Widderson? Like, when you're playing with King Dans, you're tied in a semi-final, everything to play for in the next game. Do you start to question yourself? Are you playing scared? Or can you just keep your emotions under control?
It really matters more than what you would think when you just watch from the outside. Because when you're in the spot of KidK and GreenSpirit now, you're the favorite for the games. You win your first game, and then suddenly you realize, oh, we can lose against them. And oh, what happens if we have a bad roll now? We just are not in the finals. Oh no! So yeah, it really matters a lot, and the nerfs can change the outcome of the game for sure.
Yeah. Well, we don't need to keep anyone guessing because here it is, game number 3 of the Nova semi-final. KidK and GreenSpirit versus Mr. Buzz and Peini. Let's go.
And this time, Peini is Cartel and Buzz is Grid, so no Fiesta this time.
Oh, Priestess Mask for Peini.
Oh, that's so juicy. With Cartel as well, he's going to have such a good early game.
Yeah.
Expect him to just be 7 workers on wave 3.
There is even Sorcerer as well.
Sorry. I have seen Peini playing the build differently than the others. I'm curious to see if he places his Priestess on the right side this time again.
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
He does?
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder why, because isn't that just making it easier to send a big tank into the Priestess?
Usually, yeah, but if you have something like a Halo behind it, it might not be that much of a factor.
True, and he does have that Halo. That might be the reason.
But isn't it how we built Priestess like the season before?
Yeah.
At the start.
Sorta, yeah.
KidK, his role's a little bit janky, actually. Like, his late game is really solid with the Leviathan, Halo, Phoenix. But his early game is really weak, I think.
Yeah, at least he has a Pilgrim to make up for the Tempest weakness early game.
There was a snail into Mr. Buzz here, so they were probably expecting him to pick the Fiesta this time around, but no.
Right.
So he's just rewarded there. 6 free gold for his Daphne opener.
Yeah, always good to have. KidK is taking 3 walkers, so he's gonna go for the rat again, most likely.
Yeah, he does.
I like that. That rat a bit far up if he wants to keep it up later on. His Tempests aren't gonna tank a lot then.
Everybody's chilling with their Mythium on wave 2. Now, Daphne traditionally quite weak on wave 3, but Mr. Buzz has got the Gargoyle in his role, so any send coming out from KidK should just be more food for his fire on wave 3. Do not expect him to be able to leak, especially with only 3 workers. Like, sure, he has 1 rat, but the send won't be more than 40.
Yeah, the waves are rather fast at the moment, so not a lot of Mythium can be generated.
Yeah. GreenSpirit gets his Wild Shroom out, so he's completely fine here. With the double Gargoyle, I think Mr. Buzz is just going to be totally fine, especially if KidK only sends the 1 snail. Yeah. It looks like he does. Oh no, Kid is not able to treasure hunt here, so he's 3 workers with no rats hunting. This is a really bad start for him. And this is what I mean, like his role is just very weak in the early game.
Yeah, I think he still could have hunt here.
Maybe.
And be fine because the waves were fast.
Did Peini save on him on wave 1?
No, but Peini's really high worker count.
No.
And Green knows that Peini has the mask to go with his Priestess, so there's just no way to break through that. Certainly not with only 80 Mythium to spend. He might not even bother to send the snail. He just knows it's not got a chance, really.
Yeah. Can we expect a long save into Mimic 7 against Green?
He does send the snail. And actually, come to think of it, with the Priestess on the right, it maybe makes sense, because you can force the Fiend to attack the Priestess.
Maybe enough with the Fiend damage?
Let's have a look. If this Priestess goes down, and it does... She does go down. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, this is huge.
Oh, wow. 98% there from Peini. No point sending against Priestess on 4. Professional casting, by the way.
That can't happen when you're in a semi-final. You can't have that happen.
And this was Peiini's dream game here. Cartel, Priestess, Mask.
Yeah.
With Sorcerer as well. Like, this was Peiini's game to win, really.
Yeah, for everybody in the chat who is not aware of that, Priestess Mask right now counts as the most broken combination of units that you can have. And it's fairly easy to play, and it's very hard to leak, especially since the Mask covers the weak wave of Priestess, which is usually wave 4 early on.
Yeah.
But if you're leaking 80-90% there, that changes the whole game.
It really hurts. And I've got to say, that happened because his Priestess is on the right-hand side. If that Priestess is on the left, it just never dies there, right?
Yeah. And
Fiend goes right into a Mask split. Priestess lives forever.
Wait, the boss here is going on the right, so there is like a mess up from KidK now.
KidK.
Yeah, double Hermit, leaking bit on KidK.
He's going to kill one more Scorpion, but that's about it.
Yeah, but
a pretty big lead, 69% there from KidK. At least he can put his sunglasses on. GreenSpirit at least is able to hold, but he won't be able to cover anything in the mid.
Nope.
And this Christmas Hermit is about to send some gifts to the king.
It's something.
Alright, they're dropping. King able to stabilize there, but not before going down to 84% HP. We've got a pretty big send coming out from KidK and GreenSpirit here on wave 6. It's only income, so don't expect much of anything. Mr. Buzz actually has 690 value here on wave 6, so he should just be completely fine against the income send from Kid.
Peini not sure what he wants to do. He started Canopy, now he builds the masks. Yeah, he sticks with the masks in the end. And a really high left split.
Yeah, but it was important. If he would have kept his wife's room, I think the priestess just would have...
Oh, the cannon is straight on the priestess. I think she's going to die. She is.
Oh, no.
Oh, Peini. Oh, he played so well in game number 2, and his positioning is just really letting him down in game 3. He does kill the cannon, though.
He got the cannon at least.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Buzz, he does hold, of course, with that 690 value. He's even going to be able to full cover his teammates' leak, I think. But GreenSpirit also leaking 50%, only to a single DT here. Didn't see that one coming.
Oh. Yeah,
wow.
He did. Yeah, he was almost on value, actually.
When we talk about nerfs, guys, when we talk about nerfs.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine in the finals what it will be.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think the Priestess nerf, although it was only small on paper, with like 1% or 2% less DPS, in practice that is actually really important, because a lot of the time when you're playing Priestess, you're playing on the edge, where you just make her survive before getting that heal off and then clearing the entire wave. But if you go from just making her to survive to just making her die that one time before she gets the spell off, then all of a sudden a full hold becomes a 98% leak on wave 4, and the rest of your game becomes pretty difficult.
GreenSpirit trying to go for the undercut again. Yeah. Not going to the usual wave 4, 7, 9 or 10.
It's a lizard army send coming out from green, it looks like.
Yeah, it has been working pretty well. Maybe a mole instead of the triple lizards.
But Peini's not shifting. I think he's hoping to catch Peini shifting for an Etheria here. But rather than shift, he just straight up drops the Great Boar. And I think a Great Boar is pretty good against lizards. I'm not sure. Like, Widderson, what do you think? Great Boar good against lizards?
Against lizards, yeah. If there was like a Cannoneer in the DT send, and that could make instantly a big difference.
Yeah.
There is a DT at least.
And the lizards are not on the priestess. They're on the shroom. Now they're on the boar.
Yeah, and with the mask, even if not boosted, it's gonna be fine.
One thing I would say is that Peiini's looking super weak on 10 currently. Like, he does have that halo in his role, but everything on his board at the moment is really weak on 10. Now, Buzz, how are you doing against the 6 snail sends?
Leaking small. Yeah, small leak from Buzz. Could be a fiesta.
Does look like he's going to leak one? Oh no, he's going to hold even.
Oh no, oh, okay, it's a clear.
I actually think the leak would have been better for him there, because they're going for this massive send here on 9. We see the double ogre already, and GreenSpirit with his Trinity Archer is going to be in a bit of trouble, I think. KidK, he's on value. He's on 12-15 value. His units are not perfect, but they're not terrible either.
Yeah, but because Mr. Buzz held, I don't think he's going to be able to reach the extra brute here to go with the ogre.
Yeah.
No, sadly.
Besides that, look at the power score, guys. Mr. Buzz is popping off this game.
Yeah?
Yeah. And...
Green does have his Harbinger, but it's his only real unit on this wave. And the ogre's just so strong against that as well. Let's find
oh, but the priestess died again on
What?
Peini.
Yeah, but he's fine. Let's go back to let's go back to Green. He's
I was just curious.
KidK is doing pretty well, but he is leaking he's leaking too. So this is 2 full HP ogres reaching the king on wave 9. This is a lot of damage. Game seems to be going pretty well for Peini and Buzz.
It's interesting, yeah. Didn't expect that to happen, especially after that huge wave 4 leak by Peini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the thing with Peini and Mr. Buzz, they're both really unpredictable players. Like, well, I face these guys on the ladder, and I just can't predict what they're going to do next. Are they going to overbuild and starve? Are they just going to like really hard push and try to undercut you? I just can't read their plays, and I think that might be why KidK and GreenSpirit are struggling here as well.
Yeah. It's so important in that game that Mr. Buzz is ahead right now, because he does have white main gate combination, and if you're ahead in the game, oh, this can be obnoxious.
KidK, he's starting to fall pretty behind. Like, they're both on fairly low workers, 11 and 11. Sure, Kid has a couple of rats, but Green doesn't have that excuse. He has got pixies.
And again, we see the cartel player being the lowest income.
Yeah. So Peini is about to get the minus cartel penalty kicking in here on wave 11. And leaking to no send on 10 as well.
Yeah, but they made it work the previous game, so it's even lower, 82 income only.
Yeah. And kind of impressive that nobody sent here on wave 11. Yeah. So even though there's 2 aggressive spells in the game, everyone's holding their nerve.
Yeah, Peini cannot even afford the boar here.
Yeah, he'd have to sell a mass.
Sorcerer?
Wow. I think if there had been like a wave 11 send with one of the aggressive spells, it might have just been straight up game winning from either team.
Wow, Peini is so much undervalue here already.
Yeah. And with 82 income as well.
Do you guys ever see a spot where Peini full pushes for the wave 13 race here? As KidK is already showing that he has a Phoenix.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And a Halo as well for KidK.
Yeah.
Green's looking really weak here. On 13.
Against, that's super weird call.
Okay, it might catch them by surprise though. Oh no, KidK and Green, they send as well.
No, everybody's going.
The values are just low enough that everybody realizes saving longer is too risky.
Yeah, I think if one team sends here and the other one doesn't, it's just game losing.
Yeah. KidK with the Phoenix already.
Oh, and the Haven from Green. He sells a couple of units there just to make sure he gets it out. That may very well end up being a game-winning decision here.
Yeah, and the Sorcerer Trinity Archer is just so insanely powerful.
On wave 12, I think GreenSpirit should hold. The send is not enormous against him, and he's just so good for this wave. KidK with the Leviathan Circle, and the Alpha Male, he's looking fine as well. Peini's just definitely leaking. Here's Azeria is tanking.
Phoenix is tanking.
Oh,
fine.
Phoenix is doing absolutely perfectly. That should just be a hold, I think, for KidK, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
and the priestess went down.
It attacks a bit too much now. Piney leaks 105%. The Phoenix does go down for Kid.
Buzz is holding.
Green is easily holding, but so is Buzz.
Yeah, Buzz is holding. Everybody's holding actually.
KidK. Yeah, that looks like a hold from Kid. His Halo should win the 1v1 there against the pack leader. So let's see.
Yeah.
Mr. Buzz is even going to be able to clean up a bit of Piney's leaks here, but they're still going to take some king damage now.
He's clearing quite a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, he really is actually. There's only an ogre and 2 creeps.
Yeah.
What's the next decision? They could either decide to full push and go 14. Or is it just 14 cents for anybody anyway, without even full pushing?
No, no one is pushing further.
Piney's just so low value.
Yeah, the long save plus the cartel deficit plus the no leak on the opposing team. Yeah.
Mr. Buzz
At least he events
is really high value, so he's hoping to cover 2 waves whenever the next send happens, and he may just be able to do that. He doesn't look great on 14, though. Green shifted a fair amount of gold here.
Yeah. And I have a question for you guys. We didn't notice, but there is double tax allowance on KidK and Buzz.
Oh,
Don't you
wow,
think
I didn't see that one at all.
Sorcerer on the Halo would be better here for KidK, for example?
I think so. Unless he just needed that 90 gold to get the Phoenix on 12 or something like that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, here's the income send from Buzz and Peini. This might just be a game-winning save then from Kid and Green.
On the other hand, though, Mr. Buzz has a very strong build and they are still on full HP.
Yeah.
And it's just wave 15 and 16 coming up, so it's also hard to one-shot them afterwards.
Yeah. Wave 16 did just get buffed against, oh sorry, the King just got buffed against Wave 16 because it was doing way too much damage in the previous patch.
I knew you were gonna say that on purpose.
I couldn't have you on the cast and not mention something about Wave 16.
Nice one.
Oh, Phoenix just doing Phoenix things here for KidK. It will go down, but it doesn't matter. Only income.
All the rats also. It's gonna give a lot of mythium.
So that's a nice little push there for KidK and Green, who now just have an absolutely crazy amount of mythium saved up. Nearly 450 on each of them. They don't have to go 15 if they don't want to. Oh, they probably don't, actually.
No, they don't. It's straight 16, it seems.
I think this will be a 16 send, yeah. But now we really are going to put it to the test because they have the full king upgrades. Oz has decent build, and also Peini, even though Peini's definitely leaking, oh, he's even full pushing actually. I was going to say Peini can weaken the creeps if he builds like full masks here, but he's actually going for full push. They're going to try and race on 16.
It's gonna be a race, and I can see a world where Mr. Buzz and Peini win the race.
Yeah, they have a HP advantage.
And King ups as well.
Mr. Buzz has such strong units and tank line if he upgrades the white main as well.
Yeah. And the white main gate as well is just perfect for delay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Azeria, like, you couldn't tell this was suicide really. He's just holding pretty easily. Unless... Oh, Caster's Curse, guys. I thought this would at least split tank a couple of shots, but nope. Alright. I wonder if they read the suicide and maybe finish a few king ups with GreenSpirit as well.
He doesn't upgrade the white main?
Yeah, I think that's a mistake.
I agree.
The value of the aura is much better than a second Archer.
Yeah, it would already be buffing 5 units. And yeah, GreenSpirit does go for the king upgrades. He knows that Peini's suiciding, so he just goes for the safe play.
You can even send more than 5 because the summons of the gates are multiple.
Even with the suicide from Peini, the send is not enormous into KidK, and he does have 2 Phoenixes.
Yeah, the send on 14 is a bit iffy. And he doesn't have like 4 eyes to shut down the Phoenix.
So it's a 600 send. Oh, wait. This Phoenix went on a bit of a journey.
Yeah, weird, weird move.
Now fully tanking the split, and this Phoenix is absolutely smurfing. That is just brilliant positioning there from KidK. His Phoenix survives. Peini, of course, leaks 157%.
And
Buzz is
not clearing as well.
GreenSpirit, that looks like... Oh,
GreenSpirit?
Green! He does leak, but I think they can survive this with their fully upgraded king. Meanwhile, 30 creeps on this side walking to Mr. Buzz and Peini. I don't know that they can live through this. Oh!
No.
Oh, they can't!
No, this is GG.
GG! KidK and GreenSpirit take the series 2-1. Buzz and Peini, man, they fought so well. But in the end, KidK and GreenSpirit make it through to the finals.
Wow.
Oh, that was so intense.
What a game. Buzz and Peini, if you look at the graph, they were ahead all the way through the early game. And then we had, maybe that one key call was, I don't know, where was the turning point, guys? Maybe wave 12, where Peini leaks really hard against the full send? Like, everybody else holds, Peini leaks 100%, that must be the turning point. And then, I think the real turning point, though, was the income king on 14 from Buzz and Peini, because that just gave KidK and Green a bit of a free push, and they're able to send double the amount of Mythium on wave 16, and it's just enough to win the race there. What a series, guys.
Yeah.
Holy moly, what a series. I'm really happy to see the end of that one. Like, first of all, from game 1, maybe it felt like it would have been a 2-0, but then Buzz and Peini really turned things around in game 2. And game 3 was just so close for both teams. Like, it really, really could have gone either way. So I'm just really happy with the way that series went. In the end, we had a very, very close fought 3-game series. Green and KidK make it in the end, but Buzz and Peini, guys, you played really, really well today. You've got to be proud of that performance.